Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Welcome to Footwork.
Well, all jokes aside, with it's ridiculous living conditions and you can only get ketchup or barbecue sauce, but
Yeah.
I think the value of going into a situation like that outside of your country, so that's uncomfortable in itself, and then it kind of humbles you. It puts your feet back on the ground and says, despite the level, you guys were much better than the level. It puts you in that environment where, like you said, you fell back in love with the game, even though from the outside looking in, it looks like, a terrible living condition, say in Mongolia, what am I doing here? But it really kind of resets you, even though you didn't think you needed a reset. It changes your mindset some way. And now, how important do you think that is for players to leave the country and go into a situation not just like this, but just to get out of their comfort zone and experience things that they never thought they needed to experience?
Yeah, I think you don't realize how important it is for you until you experience it. Like I don't think you realize what you have here, or like what you have like here in the States, until you go and see what the culture is like somewhere else. So like that, and it's different for everyone. Like you could leave a situation in the States and go somewhere else, play for a League Two team, and like you could have a setup that's very similar to what we had in Grythyttan. But yeah, like leaving your comfort zone, I think is what's important in that. Like leaving your comfort zone, finding yourself, and like finding you as a player, like what you really want to be as a player, and then kind of making your move from there. Because it's not for everyone, and like maybe you need an experience like that to realize like I'm not about the grind. Like it was a great experience. We won the league, but like maybe in the end, like I'm not really about it. And it, like, I'll take it with me, but maybe I'll just take what I learned into like my next phase of life. And that could happen with a lot of people. You see it sometimes. Guys go and then nothing really happens. I mean, almost what happened with me, honestly. I went to Sweden, nothing really came, and I was ready to move on to my next phase in life, and everything just kind of falls into place. But experiencing that is so important, just for like, not even just as a soccer player, but like for your personal growth. And I think like attest to you too, like what you guys have done is like that's amazing. Like I admire that about you guys. Like you guys have got up and left, and that's impressive. Like good for you guys. And yeah, just a shout out to you. Like keep going.
Thank you, man.
Because
I appreciate that.
I know it's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of for Sean and I both, it seems familiar in some of the things you're saying, where like after some of these things happened, things just started to fall into place. And then we didn't necessarily see it as much as like this, like, so I remember going to Australia and thinking like, this is crazy. And then each time I kind of did it, it just seemed less and less crazy and more like something that was just falling into place, like all the pieces, you know? So, I mean, with you going after Sweden, you said nothing really materialized and you were ready to transition into that next part of your life. So what kind of happened during this period?
Yeah, so we won the league in Sweden, and I was on my high horse, like coming home, like, oh, we're gonna get, like.
Did you ever get your medal? I never got my league medal.
I got my medal. It's somewhere. Oh, I don't have it right here at my desk.
Never mind.
But I'm gonna have to send a picture.
We'll get it. Well, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, like when we say it's small, Dylan, it's like smaller than my thumb. Like it's.
Oh
like
my God, it's like a quarter.
It's about a quarter.
Metal.
So yeah, it's a medal.
It's literally just a piece of metal. It doesn't say anything on it.
It's just a piece of random scrap metal.
Division 4 Urubu. But yeah, coming home from Grythyttan, I was like, there's no chance I don't get picked up by another team in Europe. Like that was my goal coming out originally. Like I ended up going to Iceland with soccer visa after that. And I had a lot of interest from the goalkeeper. Again, the goalkeeper coach that was there, he was, at the time, he was the goalkeeper for Breidablik, Guli. And he's like an Icelandic legend. Like, he played for Iceland. He's played against Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo, had quite the career. And he was coming close to retirement. Really liked me. And it was, when we were there, we were leaving the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So like today, we would have been leaving Iceland. So we played against, Vestri, we played against Valor. I had good showings every game, but nothing really materialized while I was there. We got a call as we were going to the airport, as Joe's going to the airport to drop me and some other guys off. He gets a call from Guli saying Fromm was interested in looking at me. But they weren't going to pay for anything. And like, I was already kind of paying for quite a bit just to be in Iceland. And I mean, I'll be honest, like it came to the point where like, I cannot afford to stay any longer. Like, I'm sorry, but I really wish I could, but personally, I couldn't pay any more to stay. And with Thanksgiving and everything, it was like, I'm going to have to pay the holiday rates to push the flight. And all that aside, nothing really worked out in Iceland. I waited for a few months, like for something else, maybe a lower team. Fromm at the time was Division 1. I think they just got promoted to the Premier League there. But yeah, I waited for, up until I think January, nothing really materialized in Europe. So I kind of set my sights a little more in the States. Went to Colorado Switchbacks open tryout. And then I went to a closed combine with that new Lansing Ignite team. And again, from those, like nothing really materialized into like, we want to sign you. So again, like I went from winning the league, being, on my high horse, like so proud of this accomplishment, to reality. It's like, I'm just not going to get a handout. Like, I'm going to have to put in some work.